What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Saucey Brown. Hey, everybody. What y'all doing today? Besides listening at me. Anywho. Now what? 1 minute. There's 2 things I'm gonna need y'all to do. First, I know y'all see that subscribe button. Don't act like you don't see it's right over there. I know you watch me. And you watch me a lot. Go ahead and subscribe. I ain't playing with y'all. And number 2. That like button, it's free. I ain't telling. It's free. All you gotta do is hit one of the other. Matter of fact, hit them both. Anywho. Now let's get to talking. But before I say anything, know everything I'm about to say is electrical. Factual in my head, of course. But allegedly outside. Anywho. Now you know, I never mind my business. And who gonna check me? Not nobody. Anywho. Now. I would say it's all about mine. But it's not. It's about you. And what you think about what I think about. Because you know I think about a lot of stuff around here. Anywho. Now, let's talk about it. You first. Then me. Then you. Then me. In that order. Don't get out of order. Because if I ain't come for you, don't come for me. If I ain't say it to you, don't say it to me. I don't disrespect, so don't you. And now let's talk about it. The topic of the day is, well, bud, Charlemagne. I ain't calling you the rest of it. But anyhow, and this alleged already been brought to the trial, at least to the court, situation on Charlemagne. Now here, first I want to say, when victims are victimized, or even think they're victimized, you have to respect that. Because whether you're being victimized or not is in really your eyes. Sometimes the law agree, sometimes they don't. And sometimes they don't even agree. Don't mean it didn't happen to you. Maybe they just couldn't prove it. But in this particular, I've been seeing the interview when Tasha K did it on Charlemagne. I heard what the young lady had to say back then. And then I heard what Charlemagne had to say back then. Especially when the papers had him out and he got popping. But just like with everything else, when the news and the cancel culture get hold of something, they ready to run. Even though this started with Kwamebrown. All mad and stuff. Yeah, Kwamebrown, I'm talking about you. Now see, I thought Charlemagne was trying to help you in that situation. He was telling them people, because he dealt with a lot with that mental illness stuff. Y'all know Charlemagne says about that. So I didn't take this situation lightly. But, now come on. You started this mess. And that cease to desist order should have been a split in your butt. Because that man was trying to protect you. He was telling about them stories that happened. Not for the point of being shady, but to let people know you have some serious mental illnesses going on. Allegedly. Moving on. But when you deal with that kind of trauma and somebody come poking at you, you know when you poke at a bear, when you wake up, he ain't asking no question. He ain't taking no name. They splitting you to the white, mate. Sure live. And when you and them old country bones come up out of MonksCorner South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, they all run together in the Carolinas. But South. When you come out them little small towns and you make it, bye-bye. It's hard to look back. And I know you done really messed your family like that. 'Cause they all trained them Carolinas and them Georgias. But we ain't talking about that right now. But when you don't really mess with your family like that, and then it comes out, I can see how you could be mad at Charlemagne. But he was really trying to be helpful. I've heard all his interviews on it, even on his brilliant idiots. And you know they idiots on there. And I mean literally. Electric law. Back to Charlemagne this year thing. The victim was a bit young. So Charlemagne. So we gonna leave that there. But Lenard provided DNA testing back then. I remember that clearly. That's why I kept watching Charlemagne. Not to say that she's telling the truth, but by the time she came out, DNA didn't prove her cause. At least not to the point where that charge could stay. But anyhow, when you talk to somebody's mama and something come out that ain't right, Charlemagne, I still think you should have did more. They gonna talk about you either way it go. But the law's the law. And if you beat the law in them Carolinas, bye-bye. But this has been Saucey. Well, I'll be. As I was scrolling and finishing off last little minute points on my page. You know my degree. I'm good this time. I came across a little bit of domination that I think I need to dump right here. I'm proud of you, Bob. I'm proud of you, Charlemagne. You and your mental illness discussions.
The popular belief, this is not the first time I've given myself Donkey of the Day, because Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I mean, I may be kind of biased towards certain people, but I don't have any bias when it comes to myself. If I'm wrong, if something I do or say doesn't sit right with my spirit, I have to apologize and do better moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do right now. I want to apologize to Kwamebrown and Kwamebrown's family. I want to apologize to his father, Bill Brown, and the family of his father. See, last week on this radio, in my attempt to defend a Charleston, South Carolina born brother like myself, I revealed too much information about that man's family. And even though all that stuff is public record, some things just don't need to be said on the radio, and they definitely don't need to be said by me. When I look back, you know, on the way I communicated that, I communicated it all wrong. And I unintentionally triggered trauma in a lot of folks I grew up with, who I genuinely love. I'm sure I caused a lot of pain for not only Kwamebrown, but for his family, especially his family in my hometown of MonksCorner, South Carolina. You know how I know? Because I spoke to a few of them. I've been on the phone this weekend with mothers of children and their children. Salute to Shaliba and her daughter, Brianda. I was on the phone with sisters like Wallet, salute to Wallet. Oh, she cursed me out good. And, you know, I was apologizing for triggering them, causing them pain, because I was casually discussing their family's trauma, man. And that's something that I have to stop doing. That's something that we all have to stop doing. I was talking to my Sacred Purpose coach, Yadi Alba, this weekend. She's like a spiritual therapist. I have her and my clinical therapist, and that's what we were talking about, how we casually discuss each other's traumas. I didn't even think about, when I spoke on, you know, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can't apologize. You know, I think oftentimes we meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person, I think we know about a person, we default to that, and that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light, okay? That black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlemagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from MonksCorner South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwamebrown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwamebrown alone because he achieved a goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve, and 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how much small a number that is? And you know, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective, okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since I unintentionally caused trauma, I have to be intentional about causing healing. I'm not about to sit around and have beef with another black man for nothing. Trust me, as y'all know, I have a lot of real enemies who are gunning for me every day. Kwamebrown is not going to be one of them, okay? I totally understand why Kwamebrown was upset at me. I went low. That wasn't my intention, but in hindsight, it was low, and Kwame took it to the floor with me. And y'all be online so excited, ready to see black people go back and forth and tear each other down. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back and forth if I feel like I wronged somebody. I'm going to apologize. That's what I think a good man does. A good man apologizes for the mistakes, you know, that he made, but a great man corrects them. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to do that one day, but for now, I just apologize. And I'm not beefing with a black man who's born where I was born and has family where I'm from. There is nothing on this planet that I love more than God, my family, and MonksCorner South Carolina, the whole low country, the 843. Drop on the clues bar for the 843, okay? So when I say I sincerely apologize to Kwamebrown and his family and the family of Bill Brown and MonksCorner, I mean that. Only thing I'm responsible for is my energy in recognizing my own insanity. And Eckhart Tolle once said to recognize one's own insanity is, of course, the arising of sanity, the beginning of healing and transcendence. I truly believe if trauma can be passed down through generations, then so can healing. To me, Leonard McKelvey, I have never claimed to be perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. I'm not going to always get it right. The same things people listen to me for, the same things they hate me for, because I talk too much. I overshare. I overshare about myself. I overshare about others, and that has historically got me in trouble. But we are all works in progress, and one of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. And last week, I was poisoned to Kwamebrown, Bill Brown, and their families. For that, I sincerely apologize. Please let Remy Ma give me Leonard McKelvey, Charlemagne the God, the biggest he are.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, you dumb.
Yes, indeed.
Bye.
With my skills, we be drunk in love. I don't know how many times you can't keep asking. You was never the one to make it happen. She know that I would be loving. That's with my skills, we be drunk in love.
Hey, let's turn the lights out and turn the club. Woo! Okay, yeah, that's it. It's about my merch. My boys are out. Down Mo 3, Mo 3, Mo 3, Mo 3. Check my Saucey Brown merch out, y'all. Check my Sauceybrowntv merch out, y'all. Check my Saucey Brown merch out, y'all. Ow, ow, ow. Damn, won't I? Ow, ow, ow. Give it to me now. Ow, ow, ow. Y'all see me now. Saucey Brown now. Check out my merch, y'all. Hey, I'm so tired of broken love. Yeah, I'm so tired of broken love. Get down, swerve around, swerve around. Ow, 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 ow. Damn hood is tight, damn hood is right. What you know about it? What you know about it? Saucey Brown in the house, what you know about it? Ow, 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 ow. Come on, shout with me. Come on, shout with me. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Them t-shirts, they square. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Let's go. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Queen of Barrel, Queen of Barrel, Queen of Barrel, Queen of Barrel. Hi. Y'all didn't think I had it like this. Whenever my Mo 3 is in the house, I got to bring it down. Represent, represent, represent. Go shop my clothing on, y'all. Queen Apparel and Mo Dagger. Queen Apparel and Mo Dagger. Hi. Ow. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. That money, Mo. That money,